All right. Well, I guess I will introduce our last but not least presenter, Eddie Pickle, who is organizing, or one of the organizers of an upcoming conference called FedGeoDay. I'm not going to steal his thunder, but I will say that I'm looking at his Twitter right now. Very active on Twitter, and he's almost to 1,000 followers. So I bet he would love it if he got 19 more followers right now from this event. So Eddie, you should definitely pitch your Twitter handle.
All right, let's go. All right, reason number one, we've got Katie Baines from NASA as our keynote speaker. And it's a great chance for you to hear from Katie about how NASA is using open source software to build innovative programs there at the agency to enable their teams to work remotely. They were already working remotely, and it's a great lesson for all of us. And explore massive data for more effective use. Katie was going to be the keynote speaker at the FOSS4G conference in Calgary, so we're really lucky to have her as our speaker. Reason number two is we have a fantastic panel on open mapping for program success. This has a lot of folks that you all will be familiar with that work with OpenStreetMap and other open collaborative mapping programs here in the US government. We've got Erica Nunez from the State Department, Will Mortensen from NGA, Omar Shafrir from FEMA, Maggie Colley, who many of you know, the ED of the OpenStreetMap US. We've got Daryl Dudley from the USDOT, Josh Siskin from Maxar, and it's moderated by Steve Gillott of RGI. We've got another really interesting panel on open ecosystems for humanitarian assistance, disaster response. We've got Eric Bates from the JAIC, Tyler Radford, many of you know, head of the HOT Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, Rhiannan Price from Maxar's Open Data Program, Dr. Jamese Sims from NOAA, Patricia Solis, many of you guys know her from Youth Mappers, of course, as well as ASU, Katie Picchione from FEMA, and Bryan Lane, familiar to many of us as well. He's the moderator from GSA. Reason number four, we've got a panel on applications for COVID response monitoring and more, led by GeoDC's own Daniel Dufour, and also one of our good friends here, Dr. Sophia Liu from USGS. We've got Rob Emanuele, well-known from Azavea. And Daniel's got a couple of people from the Defense Digital Service, but we can't put their names on until we get permission. So there's that. Reason number five, attendance is free if you've got a .gov, .mil, or .edu account. And it's only $20 if you don't. So it's just a great opportunity for catching up on what's going on in the space. Reason number six to come to FedGeoDay, there is a lot of open source or open applications, open engagement training. That will all be on June 12th. There's going to be a QGIS class, a PostGIS class, which has several subnet classes. Luis and GeoSolutions are going to be offering GeoServer and MapStore. It'll be your chance to hear from Andrea Eim, who is in Italy, so it's going to be a time challenge for Andrea, but it's going to be a really great chance to hear one of the lead on GeoServer. You just saw cesium. You're going to get a chance to see, to have cesium training if you'd like. The Matt Hansen from Element 84 is going to lead a course on stack and open source tools with Sentinel-2 data. We have an OpenStreetMap US and a Teach OSM class. And then the Opportunity Project from the Census Bureau is going to run one of their Earth, do an intro to their Earth Challenge sprint that's coming up. Solving environmental challenges with open data and human-centered design. Well worth the time on Friday to see those trainings. Can't see them all, but we'll try to record as many as we can. Reason number seven to attend FedGeoDay. We have three great lightning talks on June 11th. You've got a preview of the cesium one from Brady just now. We also have the folks from Incutel Cosmic talking about SpaceNet, what's going on with their latest SpaceNet challenges designed to improve our ecosystem of open source analytics for object detection and feature extraction. We've got the Opportunity Project is going to talk about the sprint ahead if you aren't able to see them on Friday. Reason number 8 that you should attend FedGeoDay, because FOSS4G in Calgary was canceled. So this may be your only opportunity to catch up on what's going on with various open source communities. And we're really lucky to have such a broad representation of open source geo stuff. And we're also uniquely here in DC, we bring OSGeo and OSM US together to see both OpenStreetMap and OSG projects. And if nothing else, you can get fired up about going to FOSS4G in Buenos Aires next year. So anyway, hopefully we can all do that. Reason number 9, this may be your only chance to hear from Paul Ramsey. Since FOSS4G was canceled, Paul won't be speaking there, which is like the first time in many years that I'm not going to be able to see a Paul Ramsey speech keynote in person. But Paul is going to hold a session on Ask Me Anything about PostGIS. So I urge anyone who's using PostGIS or interested in that to sign up for that class on Friday the 12th. And then finally, FedGeoDay is unique. It is unique to the open source community. It's a product of the ecosystem here in DC, where we have a blend of open source software-based programs. There's so many programs, so much work using OpenStreetMap. We have a number of open science challenges designed to build out a growing cadre of technologists for that do collaborative science, and open government challenges, like we said with the Opportunity Project, but there are many others. So FedGeoDay is about these open ecosystems that are used by federal agencies, by industry, by NGOs, to build scalable and more effective programs. So I urge you to sign up. The website is here. It's FedGeo.US. Again, FedGeoDay is, it's actually split across 2 days to make it easier to sit. So it'll be a half day on the 11th for the panels and really 2 half days of training. You can just, the trainings are in 3 blocks. So thank you guys for letting me present and give an overview of FedGeoDay, and happy to answer any questions for anybody who has a question about FedGeoDay.